Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Today we're going to be doing a rambling video, and yes, it's been a little while since I posted one of these. I have no excuse. I just haven't got around to making one, so I do apologize. But anyway, I do have a list of things to go through today, and we'll kind of see where this goes. Try to keep it underneath 20 minutes, so let's get started. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that I will be adding an additional live stream day. Now, you can head over to the channel, my community tab, and you can vote for which day works for you. What I plan on doing is keeping my live stream Q&A as normal at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then adding an additional day where I bring guests on other YouTube channels, and we just kind of talk reefs, have a good time, and kind of see where it goes. Nothing too crazy, and I'm going to try to keep it under a couple hours, and it all depends really on how that whole individual live stream goes. But that is my plan. If you would like to vote on which day, whatever percentage has the highest amount at the end or by Monday, I will use that day as my live stream day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and head over again to my community tab and vote for that, and let me know what you guys think. Now, if you are a creator or if you're just somebody who wants to come on to the live stream, feel free to email me at FishOfHex@gmail.com. Let me know what your channel is. If you don't have one, tell me why you want to join and what you want to talk about topic-wise, and yeah, we'll kind of see what happens. It's just kind of it's a live stream / podcast, kind of a way to introduce new channels to the community and to kind of just get some backstories and do something other than just answering as many questions as I can once a week. I kind of want to give more back to the community, so we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so the next thing on the list is my new YouTube channel called Everything FOH, one word. And I added this channel because a lot of people did not like FPV drone, the hunting stuff, all that stuff being uploaded to this current channel. So I decided to start a second one. It's not that old. I just started it, and I uploaded my first video of flying the drones the other day. I don't know how often I'm going to upload on that, but everything that's not reef related, when I'm going to the range, hunting, cleaning animals, that whole process, flying drones, everything that's just not business or reef tank related is going to go onto that channel. So if you want to check that out, feel free to head over to Everything FishOfHex or FOH, and you'll be able to subscribe and watch the very first video, which is like 25 minutes long, but it's me crashing my drones and kind of pissing around. All right, so I don't want this whole video to sound like I'm just going through a list of stuff, but there literally is just a list of things I have to kind of talk about. And anyways, the next thing is the dyno. A lot of people have been purchasing the dyno identification from the website, which, by the way, I do appreciate that. But there's one thing that a few of you guys haven't done, and you haven't actually put the dyno itself in the vials. Don't just take the water at the surface and at the bottom of the tank. I need physical dyno put into those vials so I can see what they are. If you were one of the people who actually did not put the dyno in there and you got an email from me, all you have to do is just send me some pictures of your reef tank, and I will help you try to process this and try to identify what it is through the pictures and just a little bit more back and forth. But normally, if you just send the dyno in the vials, I'll be able to identify it underneath the microscope, send you an email with a plan to work a plan on how to take care of it and all that good stuff. That's what usually happens, but I have noticed over the last month or so, some of you guys have not been sending in actual dyno. Now, I do have it in the description on the website to put the dyno in there. Maybe I will send a separate piece of paper on top of the one I already have with some clear-cut directions so there isn't any more mistakes. So I'm going to work on that, hopefully start sending that out next week. But anyway, that's it for the dyno. Let's go to move on to the next thing. Shipping on the website, shipping in general, has kind of gone back to normal for the exception of last week with the riots and everything. That stuff was crazy. I sent out a bunch of packages last Monday, and some people didn't get them till Thursday, believe it or not, which is not this Monday, but the Monday before. It was pretty bad. it was pretty rough. It was a pretty rough week for me, and yeah, but anyways, as I mentioned before in the live stream, I gave everybody an opportunity to get the corals replaced on the next order, which is something I usually don't do. I don't really try to deal with shipping company delays. There are circumstances where I do work with people, but yeah, so that was a huge pain. So I'm glad that the majority of that stuff is done. The COVID stuff has kind of calmed down, for the exception of Pennsylvania's being a little weird, but everything's kind of going back to the normal. 2020 has been, or 2020, yeah, has been. It's been pretty rough so far. I think everybody can agree. You see those memes up on Facebook and stuff where, like, you see Godzilla in the background coming next in 2020. It's interesting. So, and then there was another one that I saw that there was these biologists found this creatures that were frozen or in this, like, I guess, underground lake for millions of years, and then it said close that shit back up. This is not the year. So I find that kind of stuff entertaining. But anyway, shipping is back to normal for the most part. So I am shipping Monday through Thursday. If you want a specific day, just reply to the email that gets sent to you after you place your order and just say, hey man, can you ship it out on this day? Because it works better for me if I get it this day. I do not ship on the weekends, and I try, if I can, I try not to ship coral on Thursdays. I really don't, unless it's, you know, requested, because I have new ice packs that tend to be okay if it ends up, you know, not getting there the next day. If something happens, it gets the following day. They tend to be okay with the new ice packs, but no, I don't like that stuff. I only ship really SPS, and 24 hours is really the max I want to put any coral in a box for. So, yeah, let's move on. The next thing here is, I guess, 3D printing. Filament is a huge pain. PLA and PETG are a huge pain to get right now. All my major sources are sold out. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe the demand is just too high, but I'm having a huge issue getting some filament in, so there might be some colors out of stock on the website. I have added over the last 3 weeks probably 15 additional new items to the 3D printing. Every day I'm working on something. Like today I just added the super glue holder with the instant set. I just put that in the miscellaneous tab, which was again added today. I'm working on a syringe rack. I mean, I just sit here and I'm you know, upstairs taking a dump. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. Let me add a syringe rack. Let me make one of those. That'd be kind of cool for people. And these are just ideas that I have that I like to create. And somebody on Instagram asked me, why is everything, is there such a thing as rounded corners? I'm a dress guy. I like things to be just kind of cut off here, there. Rounded corners on items are just, they don't look right to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of my personality. My style goes into my design. So hopefully you guys like that stuff. But anyway, the 3D printing filament, yes, we're having a little bit of issue. Just keep an eye on that on the website. If you get an email from me saying, hey, I just went through half a print and, you know, we're kind of, we lost, or your color's out of stock, you want something else, I understand if you say, hey, no, just refund whatever's left that you did not have it the right color. I understand that stuff. But a lot of people are like, hey, just make it red or whatever color that you have. But, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at now. I don't really have a choice. I check every single day my supplier, and once it's in stock, I order it, and I order as much as I possibly can because you guys are doing pretty good with the 3D printing. I definitely like it. All right, so let's go to move on to Spike, the bearded dragon. Couple updates on him. I got him a leash, so I take him outside for walks. So I'm a grown-ass man. Get this. So I'm bald, with a beard, walking a lizard, in a townhouse development. So, yeah, so I'm that guy. I guess don't judge me, but he really likes being outside. So I've been taking him for a leash. I've been taking him for walks with this new leash, and it's not the leash with the wings. It's just the standard one. I thought that'd be a little much, but yeah. So he's doing good. Another note: I started feeding him just crickets now, and as well as his greens and all that stuff. But he does not eat mealworms anymore because that's all he wanted to eat. He refused any other food. He would not eat anything else. And it was getting to the point where it was like 1-2 weeks later, he wouldn't even eat his greens. He just wanted mealworms. And he'd see me come upstairs. He'd run to his cage like, hey, yo, you got mealworms today? So I decided to get crickets, and he likes those a lot better. I'm gut loading them, sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on them, and, you know, put them in there. And he's having a great time chasing them around. So no more mealworms, and if I do, they're going to be on occasion, but I do still grow mealworms down here because we have a frog, we have a turtle that eats that crap, and, you know, that's just how it is. So, but, yeah, so Spike's on a cricket diet, and he's got a leash, so that's awesome. Next thing, I got a cat, Freya. I ended up finding her last month. It'll be a month on the 15th. Found her out back, well, kind of found her. Her mom is like the townhome development cat whore, if you want to call it that. So she's always having babies, and they're always getting eaten by coy dogs or having an issue, and it's just ugh. So I was happy I was able to get this one, and took her to the vet. It cost me a ton of money, but she's good to go. She's going back for a second set of shots next week. Awesome cat, for the exception that she doesn't have, there's no personal space with this thing. I got her really young, so she's been, you know, on my tit, not literally, but she's been, you know, next to me consistently forever, and you can't go anywhere. And if I leave her alone anywhere, she literally cries. So I guess I'm her furry mom, her male furry faced mom, I guess. But she's an awesome cat. Yeah, she's sleeping right now. She's got her little bed right underneath the freshwater tank, and she just You know, she sleeps there during the day. I try not to let her sleep all day because if I do, she's up all night. I wear a CPAP mask, so she will attack the air coming out of the CPAP mask, and my face is attached to that mask. So, you know, just you can see how that turns out. But yeah, so she's good. Awesome cat. A little bit of a pain, but she's a kitten. What do you expect, right? Okay, now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's go to move on to actual reef-related stuff, and then we'll move to some personal things later on. But anyway, so the 300 gallon is doing pretty good. The STN has stopped from what I've seen. I've been able to save almost all of that big colony that I removed last week of the Poseidon tort. The super glue worked, it stopped it, and pretty happy about that. Now, some of my bird's nest in the 40 gallon started STNing, and then it spread to other bird's nests, so I'm definitely 100% convinced that STN is bacterial. So I am introducing some Dr. Tim's Eco something, I got it over here, introducing a very, very small amount of probiotics to my reef, which, believe it or not, I was dosing for the longest time up to about 6 months ago. I was dosing it every week. The local fish store ran out, so I wasn't able to buy it there, and I can't find it online, so just kind of forgot about it. I didn't really have an issue too much with STN up until I really stopped dosing that stuff. So we're going to see how it turns out, and I'm trying some other new additives to kind of see how the reef does, you know, just experimenting and kind of fulfilling that need to try new things. But yeah, so I lost a little bit of bird's nest in my 40 gallon, and then of course a little bit of that Poseidon tort. But right now, I will say that at least 90% of that colony is still good to go. I actually replaced a little bit of it back into the reef tank, and yeah, it seems to be okay. It's starting to grow. It's starting to encrust. It's just going to take time, and hopefully it will be back to its normal self. And yeah, so happy about the 300 regarding that. The chiller has been working really good. I know I put up 2 videos this week about the chiller. It kicked on yesterday once. Today it has yet to kick on. We are still about half a degree off before it would, but I'm really happy with the chiller. I feel a lot better, and I mentioned this in those videos. I feel a lot better about the chiller, even though it doesn't kick on every day. I know it's there, and today the new generator will be here, which will make me feel even better, giving me the 30 amps that I need to keep the reef tank going, and making sure that's clean power so I can just directly connect my Apex and not have to worry, and the system can run as normal. So those 2 things are really going to help drive down some of the anxiety that I have with hot weather, with the business, and, you know, everything in general. Okay, so the next update, I guess, will be on the planted tank, the 32-gallon BioCube that I started last month, and the tank is growing. It's not growing very quickly. You guys know that I set up that 125-gallon, I guess, last year. It was up for about 6 months, and that thing grew like crazy, had a ton of CO2, had so much light over it, and it did really well. Now, this is just the opposite. This is a all-in-one. I don't really do anything. I feed the fish every couple days. I do a water change maybe once a month, and it just does its own thing. Like I mentioned when I set it up, it's just a bigger version of what I have currently upstairs in the kitchen, and I just wanted to bring that down here so I can enjoy, you know, some freshwater stuff in the saltwater-filled fish room. So it grows really slow. Looks really weird right now, but my hope is that it will fill in and look good eventually. But I know it's going to take a while because, like I said, it doesn't grow very quickly. Anyway, that's pretty much it for updates for the tanks. The fish room is kind of on autopilot. I take care of it as needed. I try to get in there, cut corals when I can, and time. That's the thing. Time is one of those things I don't have a lot of, and I wish I had a clone of myself so I can actually get some stuff done. Even just answering emails would be nice in a timely fashion or form or whatever. But that's just how business is, and that's something I want to get into next on personal side. I will admit that I have put business ahead of health on everything. Not saying that I need to go out and make drastic changes in my life. I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I eat pretty good. I just need to do more exercise and get out and do things, enjoy some vitamin D from outside, you know, just little things outside of working all the time. And it's difficult when you have a lot going on and you have minimal staff or even any staff at all. I'm 99% by myself on all this. I do get help shipping orders throughout the week, which is nice, but that's about it. Everything else sits on my shoulders, which is, you know, I created all this, so I mean, it is what I expected. But you know, this is first time running a business, so I mean, I've helped create others in the past with people, and they've been very successful. This is my first time going solo on everything, and then trying to get everything together. And it's gonna burp over here. and processing it in a way that is good for my customers. Now, I will admit, some things take the back seat. There's sometimes I can't get to email, sometimes I can't do certain things, and I feel bad. I really do. I got to figure out a way to process this. My plan is when we upgrade in the next 1.5 to 2 years, bigger system, bigger setup, more help. That's what I'm looking for. I need to have full-time employees. There's no way around it. If I had full-time employees, I would get a lot more done on this side of things. There would be a lot more content. There would be a lot more stuff going on. Orders would go out quicker. There's only so much that I can do as one person. And by all means, I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of, getting it out there so you guys understand my perspective. And it just would be nice to have some help just so I can be like, okay, now you do all this stuff, I'm gonna do this because I can't do everything. And yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen. It's only been, we're going on what, 2 years, almost 3 years of the business, and yeah, it's doing very well. It's just to the point where I need some help for sure. But yeah, so my plan is I'm going to prioritize things the way they should. I'm going to try to organize my business better. I'm coming up with new plans and ideas of doing that, and making things easier. That way I can have more time to take care of myself, be with the family, and get things done that need to get done that are outside of the business and Reef Tank. So yeah, I am grateful and thankful for everything that I have. Trust me, I am not complaining. I am very grateful for the support and everything that's going on. I just need to find a better way of controlling it and being more efficient. That's what I'm getting at. So, and being healthy so I don't die of a Wu flu, the little things. But anyways, I think that's it. For this video. We're under 20 minutes. I guess that's okay. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments section if you want to say anything or put your opinion in there. I know that everybody has opinion. That's what I love about YouTube, man. Everybody has an opinion, and that's what it's here for. So yeah, again, if you want to be part of the new live stream, email me. Yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.